Hey everyone, Simjoy here, and we're playing more Heroes. Well, Magic Clash of Heroes, and we can head further up the tower. If I remember right, this game doesn't have too much. This area is probably the least diverse of all of them. Like, if I remember rightly, all these areas are kind of the same. Basically, you fight guys as you go further up the tower, and up and up and up you go, and it kind of gets. To me, it's a bit silly. It's just these fights. This is probably the least entertaining of all the campaigns. Essentially, the same thing over and over again. Seriously, it's literally the same fights over and over again. There's not really much you really get to do other than just kind of fight the same opponents over and over. I'm honestly not a huge fan of this part of the campaign. This is not really much you do. You just fight the same guys over and over again. Which honestly is not very entertaining. It's not fun. I don't enjoy this part of the game very much. For this exact reason. There's not really much this part offers to you that you're not going to get in another part. This is not much this part of the game offers to you. Just kind of sets up a whole bunch of really annoying fights you have to get through. Essentially, what amounts to no reason. It's kind of annoying how you just have to fight every one of these enemies all at once. Just it's annoying because you don't feel like you're really getting much out of the gameplay because of what you have to deal with. This one, the game does not really offer much in terms of interesting things you have to deal with. It's just the same fights over and over and over again. Yeah. It's really hard to hurt this person. Just, these fights do get a little tedious at times. This part is kind of... You see how it's going a lot slower than the other parts did? I think that's kind of a fault of this part of the game. So, during this bit, it gets kind of slow. You know, it starts to stagnate finally. I mean, there's not much. The way of it's always good to play defensively, but if you can't get some attacks in, it does get annoying with them more. And these guys have titans. Kind of annoying. It's not incredibly hard or anything, it's just annoying. Like, trying to set things up and getting things in position and moving things around does get kind of irritating at times when you're not exactly sure what's going on and this happens and that happens and you have to deal with all that. It starts to become annoying. It takes you several minutes to beat one of these. These fights can get annoyingly long. I feel like a lot of the strategy gets lost in this campaign as it's a lot slower. You know, a lot of the earlier campaigns like had some real tactical fights going on. Here, it's kind of lost a lot of that. I think that's kind of where this thing's problem starts to take hold. Is that it stops being entertaining at this point. Like, it's the entertainment value of it itself starts to diminish a little bit. As well, there's less going on. You're just kind of standing around, you know, like waiting for attacks to go off and proc and this happening and that happening. Then moving the units around. These battles take quite a long time. I mean, the game is still fun. This is probably the slowest. It gets pretty slow around it. Near the end, it starts to slow down as essentially you're going up a spiral staircase. Beating the same guys you've already been like 50 times already. And boring yourself to absolute tears over essentially facing the same opponents you faced way too many times. Who do I want? I'll stick with the wizards for now. I may actually need use of a Titan here, should I? So things may get hairy. Just hope we can pass through this without too much undone. These videos go a little longer, it's because I'm trying to actually get some stuff done. I'm pretty sure you can agree that it's boring when there's not a lot of plot that happens in between these fights. It's just kind of ends up being fight followed by another fight. Which I think could be, I mean, it's very gameplay oriented, but not much happens. Like the battles have started to get a little stale at this point. Now the game really feels like it should have come to a close a little earlier than right now because it feels a little slow. All this has done is provided to be a nice, useless, annoying thing that I have, and actually being any help. Not that I couldn't find a use for having one of them on the battlefield. There is none right now. It just goes on forever. It's the sad part of this. I'm probably gonna keep saying this, but it's the sad part of this game, but just everything ends up taking way longer than it should. At this point, it just kind of ends up being annoying. By this point, you've seen everything the game has to offer, and this is just fluff. It's just all fluff. Nothing really is happening anymore. It's just, you're done. The game showed you its best, and you're just kind of going through the motions. It's kind of sad because the game has been good up until this point. It does have I think it has a few more good moments, I think, near the end. The sheer amount of stuff you have to get through in order to actually get there is beyond infuriating. Essentially, I honestly don't even care if I use this guy because he's not helping me any. This is in the road, if anything. Just launching an attack at them with anything big is just not possible at this point. Like, the bigger attacks, they're great until the fact that trying to launch them is a nightmare. Just trying to launch anything at him is going to take. I'm literally just going through the motions here. Really, just putting units in position and waiting for something to happen because it's taking a long time. This video may go a little longer than 20 minutes. I'm probably going to make it go for about half an hour. I know it's going to be a little longer, but I want something to happen. Because barely anything's happening and it's kind of slowing down. So for the sake of just not totally wasting too much of your time, I want to make sure that something interesting happens this episode. I'm not going to make it go to 40 minutes, really, but I'm gonna keep going until something interesting. If I can keep it up until 30 minutes, so at the end of the night, 30 minutes, or when something interesting happens. I just feel like these fights are starting to draw on, and I know you're probably getting a little tired of it. I've been fighting this guy for who knows how long, and just trying to bite through his razor-sharp defenses has been difficult, to say the least. I'm sure you're as sick and tired of it as I am. So, for the sake of it, hopefully we can get some action. Because, I mean, I've been dragging out this Let's Play for no. I mean, I know I've been trying to avoid making multiple episodes a week, but I might quickly scrounge up a few episodes to clear this game. Hopes I have an extra chance to use Titan properly. Okay. It's getting a little on my nerve that these fights just keep going on forever about the same nonsense. It's always happening each thing. This fight's gonna take a while, and I know I made a few mistakes in it. Just had about enough of these guys. These fights have been taking too long, and I'm really sorry about that. And I've been getting a little agitated, and I'm also sorry about that. These fights have been going on way too long. It's strange in this series now I think about it, that the undead are always condemned as the bad guys, yet it seems to be wizards that are the ones who always seem to summon the demons whenever they come about. Like, if demons are summoned by anybody, it's usually the wizards. You also condemn the necromancers for doing bad things when they summon demons. What would cause this to happen? So I feel like they're bad guys in a lot of these cases. Not all of them are bad. I just feel like the wizards tend to be the ones who are responsible for something going wrong before that wrong thing happens. It tends to all come down to the wizards causing some sort of magical nonsense with their magic, not understanding the risks of doing so. I mean, I'm not going to say necromancy is exactly the nicest of arts, but there's the rules, which they follow and take really seriously. There's more than I could say for what the mages do, the magic guy like Giddy Abandon. Again, I'm going to get any actual damage out of this, but he actually got some damage out of it. I was surprised. I was expecting to get any decent damage out of it. I kind of expect that those guys, the bigger units, are kind of useless. Usually. I mean, not these guys, but like the tier 3 champion units tend to be pretty useless. Like, they don't do anywhere near enough damage. Okay, this bit... I think I'll end it after this fight. had just about enough dealing with all these attacks and mages, and I've had about enough of this area, to be honest. It's good. A little too annoying. One, two, three. It's almost as if you just got nothing to do because you've used up all your moves. Moving, you got no units to move around. I don't know what the skip button for this game is on the PC. I was able to just skip the turn, but I don't know what that is because this game doesn't tell you a lot about that. Fortunately, well, I think I'll end this episode here. Shapetree signing out. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you could like and subscribe, that'd really help me. Thanks for watching. Shapetree signing out.